Hello, marketers. I'm very happy today to introduce you to Abel, a long-term supporter of Adzviser who's been using Adzviser for months. And today I finally got a chance to sit down with him and then ask him how he likes Adzviser so far, and then make him our customer success stories. So how are you doing, Abel?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here and share my experience, support you guys. Always happy to do so.
Thank you. So Abel, how long have you been using Adzviser?
So at my current company, I've been using it for like 2 months. And then before that, I was working at another like B2B SaaS company. And there, I don't know, I feel like we used it for at least a year, maybe a little less. But yeah, for definitely for a good amount of time so far.
For sure. One thing that Abel and I connected very well was that I noticed that after he switched his job at his new company, he still brought Adzviser to his new firm, which really touched my heart and then made me feel like what I was building, what I've been working on, really brought value to marketers like him, and that really touched me. So, Abel, is it cool if you can share with the audience that hey, before using Adzviser, how were you accessing, combining, analyzing your paid media data? And what was
Yeah,
your
for
big
sure.
limitation of that process?
So we were using like a Looker dashboard basically to kind of get campaign by campaign breakdown and also see like how much pipeline was coming from each campaign, mostly on our Google ads. But this was set up by like an agency before. So it was pretty buggy and we would like be missing data or we would have to go back to the agency to get the data uploaded or add any feature that we wanted to. And also, like in terms of just general data pools, I would just pull it from Google Ads and use Excel to like build like a spreadsheet kind of dashboard type thing. Or, yeah, basically just pull data directly from the platform if we needed it for a presentation or anything. So, obviously, it was kind of a pretty manual process, whether that was on the Looker dashboard to make changes or just kind of pulling data from each platform. And I usually had to do that for like QBRs or if our campaign managers were asking for data. So it was a fairly manual process there.
Gotcha, for sure. And then I understand that you were pulling data manually into Looker, into Excel sheets
Mhm.
before. Then when
Right.
you first used Adzviser at your previous company, what made Adzviser as a software, okay, as a solution valuable enough that, hey, you decided to brand onto your new organization?
I mean, it was super easy to use. So I think that was kind of the main. It was super easy to implement, super easy to use, and just super made everything super fast and helpful to be able to like we primarily use Claude at my previous position and here as well. So it's super easy to like query or like ask Claude to pull data, to do analysis. Because before I was, when we kind of started using AI Claude, I was just uploading like Excel sheet downloads from like Google Ads or LinkedIn and putting it up into link or into Claude. So obviously, again, that was kind of a manual process. But yeah, I think it was just a super easy, helpful tool that kind of streamlines that like paid media data pool process. That was the main thing. I just felt like it was super easy to use, super easy to implement, and kind of did exactly what you guys advertise, which I feel like is always hard to find in like the SaaS space as well.
For sure. Thank you. So, except for Google, Facebook, do you have any other pay media channels that you use with Advisor?
Yeah, so we also use LinkedIn, and then also we just started using connected TV, and so you guys rolled out the mountain connector, and so I've been using that as well. Also, I think the latest thing was the Google like ad library and LinkedIn library. I started to kind of experiment with that because there's definitely a need for us to be kind of monitoring competitor ads and what our competitors are doing. So I've been kind of just experimenting with that as well. And I love how you guys have so many channels. So if we do we're starting to move into Bing ads. So excited to add that as well to the stack. And like any new, we're also looking at Reddit as well. So that's also a connector there. it's just such, a wealth of connectors that I can start to implement right away, add that into the Claude dashboard as well. So again, just super easy to use and get everything connected really easily.
Thank you, Abel. And then we are always adding new connectors, new data
Right.
sources to our portfolio, as long as our clients, our customers demand them from us.
And I feel like your support is super supportive, like the mountain connector. I mentioned that, and we were able to get that set up. So I'm confident also if we move into whatever new channel in the future, we can always get support in adding that as a connector, which I feel like again is very rare in like the SaaS space as well to get that kind of like bespoke support or like feature recommendation that actually then not gets implemented not in like months, but in weeks. So
100%.
also
Yeah.
love that support aspect of it as well.
Thank you, Abel. One thing that really drives me every day is two things. Okay, meaningful work and also meaningful relationship. So I'm
Right,
glad that we're able to make that fast manifested within our relationship.
right.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
can you walk us through how your Claude dashboard works today, and then how you and your team use it in a day-to-day decision making process?
So basically, our Claude dashboard pulls together HubSpot data that we have in our HubSpot with all of our like platform data. So for HubSpot, we're just using like the native HubSpot connector. And then obviously the platform data is where Advisor comes in. So it pulls together our LinkedIn, Meta, and Google Ads data into one dashboard. So we have an executive summary that's obviously more for our like leadership of just kind of spend, conversion, impressions, kind of top line metrics. And then also have a section for campaign by campaign breakdown. So I can see exactly, spend, impressions, clicks, click through rate, CPC. And then also in addition, we have MQLs, SQLs, and deals that are coming from each of the campaigns. So obviously this wouldn't be like possible without the ad advisor capabilities because either I would have to like manual upload CSVs, it just wouldn't be possible to have it real time in a dashboard. And so it's super helpful because it allows me to kind of see day by day where we're investing, what MQLs we're getting, what SQLs we're getting, the amount of pipeline that we're getting from campaigns. And this is something that, when I came into this role, that was kind of one of the first things that I also did in these couple of months that I've been here was to build out this dashboard because it really is just a day-to-day tool that I use to see which campaigns need optimizations, any budget we need to move around, and also allows for like everyone on our marketing team to kind of have an overall view of how our paid media is progressing that quarter and also allows them to see any like LinkedIn campaigns that they've had me run or that sort of stuff just to pull metrics from it. So it definitely keeps us all on the same page. And then me personally helps me with kind of optimization and kind of identifying any issues that we might have with any of the campaigns.
For sure. Abel, can you share a specific example where this Claude dashboard, okay, that you just mentioned,
Yeah.
helped you identify an opportunity or spot a problem in terms
Yeah.
of media decision making?
So when I moved into this role, we had kind of global campaigns on Google Ads and there was some issues with, the US taking up too much of the spend and we're kind of globally distributed. So we have North America, EMEA, and APAC, where we have sales teams. So we want to be generating leads for all of them, also making sure that the budget's kind of distributed. So I had the idea of kind of regionalizing the campaigns to like North America, EMEA, and then APAC. So I made that decision to kind of launch those new campaigns, kind of tested it out for 2 weeks, monitoring cost per click, click through rate, and our cost per clicks were like shooting through the roof on those new campaigns that I had launched. And we weren't getting very many conversions, and just the overall performance wasn't that great. So I actually decided to recombine the campaigns again into the way that they were before and kind of the dashboard view, and also just having Claude kind of do that analysis with the Ad Advisor plugin kind of allowed me to kind of backtrack on that decision that I made fairly quickly before kind of performance was slumping. So that was super helpful, not just on the dashboard, but also being able to kind of talk through it with Claude as well, and it being able to use like real time data that was coming through the Advisor plugin to kind of identify the issue, track the trend of CPC. It allows me to like kind of report back to my manager as well as to like how CPCs are progressing. And that's actually kind of a metrics that I'm not right now looking really closely at as I'm kind of getting into this role, launching new campaigns, tracking that CPC trend over time as well with Claude. But yeah, I think it just allows kind of that real time data pool, allows the Claude dashboard to run as well, and then also allows me to kind of ideate with Claude as well, so that it's using real time data and not again having to upload those CSEs each time I want to like talk to Claude about our paid performance.
And last question, Abel. What would you
Mhm.
say to another marketer or a paid media team
Yeah.
considering using Advisor and Claude to build an AI
Mhm.
powered live reporting workflow?
I mean, I think it's so essential because there isn't like when I moved into this role, I did kind of look around on the market, obviously for other services as well. And like the simplicity, the ease of use, the ease of connection is really like I didn't see anything else on the market. Also pricing wise as well, you guys are super competitive. So I think it's an essential tool to have that like AI based paid media workflow and also dashboard as well. Like it's an essential part of it, and we really wouldn't be able to do it without it. Like I mentioned, I guess the alternative would be kind of uploading CSV files each time, since as well like none of the ad platforms kind of have that MCP plugin or MCP capabilities that Ad Advisor allows for. So it would basically be impossible to kind of have that type of like AI workflow, be able to manage paid media data within Claude and also on the Claude dashboard. Basically, would be impossible to do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Abel. Thank you for your time. And I think
Yeah,
this will wrap up. Again, we're always trying to improve ourselves, and we're trying to make ourselves again stay as the one of the best tools in the market for
yeah, yeah, for
whether
sure.
empowering AI workflows or getting marketers the most up to date, real time, accurate data.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which you guys do flawlessly, honestly. And if we do have any support questions or anything or implementation questions, I feel like you know it's handled so well, so quickly, always fixed and super easy to reach someone as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abel.
Advisor, 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 advisor.